In today's presentation, I'm going to show you how to use Excel to compute a binomial random variable distribution of probabilities. And basically, we're using Excel because it allows us to graph easily, and it allows us to do those probability computations, and from those computations, plot our binomial distribution graph. So in order to do this, you need to know the number of trials, which we're going to call n. And in this case, our number of trials is 15. And you need to know the probability of success, and in our case, the probability of success is 0.8. You also need to know the actual values for each trial that you take. So each time that you attempt this, you want to know what your probability of success is going to be. So for each trial, or we know we have 15 trials, so for each one, we have to create a spot. And so what we need to do is we need to compute probabilities for each of these actual trials. So in order to do that, there's this awesome function that Excel already has embedded in it called Binomial. So you click on this, and you can see here that it tells you exactly what it is that you need to input in order for it to return the probability. So the first thing is the number of successes. So this means the possible number of actual trials we're going to do, and in this case it's 15. So we're going to click that specific trial, and then we need to include the total number of trials that exists in this experiment. In our case, it's 15, but what we can do is we can either type in 15 so that it stays a constant, or we can use the $sign. Oops. Select that and put the $sign in front of the B and the 1. And that says that that value is never going to change. So it will always pull on that specific cell when it's running this function, this formula for us. Next we need to do is put the probability in. And similar to n, we also are going to use the $sign so that it pulls from that specific cell. And then the last thing we're going to do is type in false. And the reason why we're going to type in false is that we don't want the cumulative distribution. We just want probabilities for each of those actual trials. So you can see it's pretty small here for the 0 trial. And then we're going to go pull this down all the way to compute the probability through our actual trials through 15. So then the next thing we want to do is we want to plot this, and to do that we're going to select both the actual trials and then the probabilities we've computed. And in this case I'm using Google Spreadsheets again. There's slight differences in Excel, so I encourage you to try it, but this is very similar. And some of the functionality is easier in Excel than what I'm actually doing in Google Spreadsheets, but I prefer to use Google Spreadsheets because I can sort of do it anywhere without actually having Excel on my laptop. So I'm going to go to Insert, in this case Chart. I'm going to click on the bar chart, and what I want to do is I want to use my column A as the label for the trials, and then I'm going to insert it. And you can see in our graph here that we have a binomial random variable distribution, which again is a discrete random variable. And for each of the trials, we have a certain probability for success. And you can see that our best probability for success occurs around trial 12, but our best trials for success are 11, 12, and 13. So I hope this helps you. understand how to compute probabilities for binomial random variables, and also to plot them. Thanks.